I play this role. Everyone thinks I'm so happy all the time. Unfortunately, I'm not. Sorry, guys. Sorry to break the news, but unfortunately, I know I come off as this big, charismatic person who seems positive all the time, but most of the time I'm depressed as fuck. When I have a million things in my brain, trying to be okay, it's hard.
Are you okay today?
No, I am stressed, I am anxious, constantly triggering myself for my art. The frickin' voices in your head spewing shit at you. You're like, you know, it hits. Like I'm so upset or I'm internally like going through it. I tell people I'm an introverted extrovert and they're like, no. And I'm like, yeah, because I stay at home, I become a hermit, I stay there. And before I go into events, I go, I don't wanna do this, I don't wanna do this. And then when I'm in it, I'm there. And luckily I can live in the moment and mentally find myself. And it's taken years to stop that imposter syndrome and just be myself unapologetically and authentically. It's wild to me that so many people care, give a fuck, listen, and support not only my music, but me as a human being. Like I live stream daily, and there's people that show up every day for 3 hours because they block that time out to spend that time with the family that we've created and the community we've created. I don't call my fans, they're friends because that's what they've become.
My name is Daniela Nguyen.
Eric Ashley Harris.
My name is Bekah Cudmore. Yeah, I would say so.
Doing well, yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Get to spend time with some of my best friends today.
What's your experience like feeling like rock bottom?
Not in a great place.
Things got shitty.
Lost. It's like being lost. You're in a void. There's kind of nothing grounding you.
And it has not been great.
You're not certain what you're feeling or if what you're feeling is real or accurate.
It's something that needs to be spoken about.
Finding out like I can't have kids has took a whole like toll on my mental health for sure.
In this world, it's so hard to get that help.
Frustration of just being there. Frustration of being there and all the emotions that you know are going to come with it, even though you've been there before and you've worked your way through it.
Grief is something I struggle severely with. I lost my godfather at 14 and then lost an uncle and a best friend to suicide in more recent years. The best family comes from the people around you and getting to share experiences.
My friends and family, they really help a lot, lift up my spirits and like forget about all my problems, and like they also help me like talk throughout all my problems and like whatever I'm dealing with.
What makes you happy on days when you're feeling off?
One of the things that me and my friends connect a lot over is music.
Music helps. Music, connect myself with people in any kind of way.
There are days where we'll be sitting in the car just screaming at the top of our lungs to whatever music we can, whatever angsty things we're feeling.
Music heals me, and I listen to music to feel something. When I first wrote it, I wrote it to a track I found on YouTube. That was kind of just like a copyright-free thing. I was just writing for the sake of writing. And it was more like Avril Lavigne and punky. And like, I changed it for purpose of just like the overall aesthetic of the song. It's vulnerable, it's raw, it's real, it's emotional, it's empty at parts, but so full and overwhelming at other parts. And that's what being depressed, in my opinion, felt like. It's emotionally freeing. Like, that's the thing. You listen to this song when you're either super upset and you need to cry, or when you just need a little pick-me-up where you're feeling down and you just need something to be like, yeah, somebody else has fucking done it before and I can do it too.
Don't you dare think you know what's going on behind closed doors. There's an off-course loner who's never lived there before. She's got her weapons ready, thoughts unsteady. Her weight on her shoulders, it's getting kinda heavy. Have you ever thought to ask how she's been?
Are you doing alright?
It gets better, it takes time. The same shit we've been hearing our whole life. There has to be an easy way. she's dead inside. Lost, scared, and trapped with nowhere to hide. She'd rather feel some sort of pain than nothing at all. But right now it feels like she's stuck on the fall. 'Cause when you hit rock bottom, there's nowhere deeper to go. And it can hold you hostage, no matter what you do to cope. And it feels like you have been there before. What's this deeper and it's hard to ignore. When you hit rock bottom, there's nowhere deeper to go.
I neglected myself for 10 years. I was depressed from a really young age. And not to throw my parents under the bus, but they said it was a phase. They said I'm crying out for attention because I was dramatic. I was a little theater girl. So I was dramatic, crying out for attention, and no one took it seriously. And then my mom had a psychotic break, and they still didn't take it seriously. 10 years, I shoved that shit down. It wasn't until I lost everything. Like, I'm talking my partner that I thought I was gonna marry. He took my dog. My best friend of 20 years left me. I got kicked out of my apartment because of it. My whole world was shutting down, and on top of that, COVID had just started. And I lost it. And to get a little deep, as soon as I snapped and hit rock bottom, I ran to the balcony. And that was, I didn't even think about it. And I've been, I've thought about unaliving myself in the past, but I've never acted on it. Like, in that moment, without even thinking. Like, I would have done it. And I put myself in that situation, and that's when I knew I had to do something. And I admitted myself into the psych ward twice for a total of 6 days. And even my therapist is like, no, you're so aware. Why are you here? You're so self-aware. And I said, I know. That's why I need help. I can't be this realistic. And so after that, I did some therapy, had some medication, talked with a social worker, did the things that value in my life and things that I can control. And although I didn't stick on the medication, I did continue to talk to somebody, and I found the things that made me happy and the things that brought me peace.
'Cause when you hit rock bottom, there's nowhere deeper to go. And it can hold you hostage, no matter what you do to cope. And it feels like you have been there before. What's this deeper and it's hard to ignore. When you hit rock bottom, there's nowhere deeper to go.
I spent years pushing people away, shutting people out. But the one thing that I needed to do was just reach out to my parents. There's a reason I have 2 tattoos on my wrist. It's an R and an S for my mom and dad. And your hands are your most valuable part of your body. My parents were my most valuable people when I was going through that situation. And if I wouldn't have reached out, they would have never known, because I was so good at being an imposter. I was so good at putting up a front. Anybody who's listening, who's feeling like they just are going through it and they need some advice, talk to somebody. Anybody. It can be a friend, family member, somebody you freaking met that day. Unload. Honestly, like, a lot of people are scared to burden people and not express themselves because of that, because they don't want to be that person. Who cares? You meet somebody, fucking talk about it. Who cares? You have friends, talk about it. And if they don't want to sit and listen, then they're not your friends. They're not your family. They don't give a shit about you, because you should be there for them. They should be there for you. In the end, community makes it happen. People who do this kind of situation, they'd bring on, actors or people that may not know them.
I got to come down here and help with a project that I have been hearing lots about.
Pleasure to be here.
I brought on friends and fans and my fiance, and it's just like, these are the people who know me, who I know are going through it. And exactly the people who this song is for.
I'm so happy and proud of her.
It's so exciting to be here and work on this project with her.
You can do a lot by yourself and you can be good by yourself. But honestly, like, communicate, talk. Don't let it get to a point where you hit rock bottom. And I recommend therapy's great. I know it's expensive, but if you can, I actually had free therapy. Little fun fact, because I admitted myself into the psych ward, if you're ever at that lowest rock bottom moment, if you admit yourself into the psych ward, they actually give you a therapist or a social worker to help you get through that. So there is options when people can't afford that stuff. Yeah, anyways, little tangent.